ABC charts, the secret tool to decode human behavior anywhere. Have you ever wondered why somebody reacts the way they do? Perhaps your partner or a friend snaps during a discussion when you're doing something. A child you know or your child throws a tantrum in a store or in a school, or a co-worker gets visibly upset during a meeting. What if I told you there's a simple tool that can help you figure it out, or at least understand it? Today we're talking about ABC charts. It's a very useful and go-to method to understanding, predicting, and even changing behavior in everyday life. Stick around, because this could be the mindset shift you didn't know you actually needed. Hi, welcome to Week in Access. I'm David. I'm a former special needs teacher. I've supported over 190 people on their master's dissertations globally in special needs. My daughter's a brain tumor survivor, and I worked in schools for many, many years. So I live and breathe this stuff 24/7, and I'm the co-founder of Week in Access. Today, we're going to explore practical strategies to make life smoother. If you're ready to crack the code behind what people do, why they do it, hit the like and subscribe button and add a comment for more tips. Now let's talk about ABC charts. So realistically, what are ABC charts? And what does ABC stand for? It's a straightforward tool used in behavior analysis. ABC stands for, ready for this? Drum roll. Antecedent is what happens right before the behavior. The behavior, the specific action or reaction that occurs, and the consequences, what happens immediately after the behavior. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it ever so slightly further and get you thinking. Now, the whole idea behind ABC charts is what you want to do is you want to break down a situation into three parts. By breaking down situations into these three parts, the antecedent, in other words, what happened beforehand, the specific reaction that was caused, and the consequences, you can start spotting patterns and understanding triggers, and then making meaningful changes. It's not just applies, although it's used in classrooms and in education environments, the principle can be applied anywhere. If you're customer services, if you're in any form of relationship, if you're in any type of work situation, it doesn't matter where. And actually, to be fair, if you've got pets or if you're working with animals, principle still applies. Now, I'm going to take this a little bit further because of my experience. And actually, it's understanding the behavior and the context of the behavior. So while the traditional ABC chart looks at what's happened then and there, or just beforehand, what I want you to actually do, and I'd like you to do, is think about actually the bigger picture of the person, who they are in life. And if you can gather that information, even if you know a snippet about that information, their hobbies, their habits, or anything else, that adds to a bigger picture of helping you with the ABC charts. Now, also, it's worth looking at another video that we did, which is a method called SCOO. It stands for the strengths, challenges, obstacles, and opportunities that a person faces. I'm going to put a link in the description below about the SCOO method, because what you can do is you can actually build up a picture as well of the person's strengths, the challenges they face, the obstacles, and the opportunities. When you're looking at the antecedent, when you're looking at what happened before, it's worth looking at the environment, the built environment, actually the physical environment, and consider if that's caused a trigger as well, because people might have hidden or visible disabilities or health issues, and you might not realize that the action that's actually happening might be caused by a hidden or visible disability. And I'm going to give you a little example. Somebody that I know has got tinnitus. And actually, if you speak to them slightly at the wrong tone and there's noise in the background, they might get frustrated. Their behavior they might appear frustrated. And it's not because of the situation that they're in, it's because the tinnitus has got worse, which means that they can't engage in that interaction. And there are, again, people who might have, like my daughter, who's a brain tumor survivor. And she's essentially, she's got memory issues and fatigue as a result of the chemo and radiotherapy, the late effects. And actually, the behavior might be caused by a condition, a medical condition that you might not even be aware of. So if you can understand even a snippet about a person's history and about their background and learn more about them, that then helps you build that picture with the ABC chart as well. I strongly recommend that you look at the video on SCU, which I'm going to put a link to below. So, why ABC charts? Well, I'd say it's more of a way of thinking. It's a mental state. It's a way of working. The beauty of ABC charts is they work anywhere, anytime. And they're not just for teachers or therapists. They're actually for everybody. They're for anyone who interacts with other people. At home, you might use them for understanding why a child refuses to do some work you're asking them to do, or a friend or a relative. It could be, again, a pet that you've got. In a relationship, you can understand why and uncover why arguments, quite frankly, escalate. But I'm sure you're in all imperfect relationships and nobody ever argues. At work, they're great for decoding interpersonal dynamics in meetings or in team projects. Behavior isn't random. It's influenced by the environment, but that's the physical, the social, and the emotional environment. How people, quite frankly, respond. ABC charts let you move from reacting emotionally to understanding and addressing the root cause. How to use an ABC chart. Here's how you can use an ABC chart in real life. Observe and note the behavior, and I don't mean you write it down. I mean, if you need to write it down or make a note of it, that's fine. But observe the behavior. Let's say your partner gets upset and you ask them, or a friend gets upset, or somebody you know gets upset when you ask them about their day. Write down or note, what did you notice? The antecedent is you ask, how was your day? Their behavior is they roll their eyes and respond curtly. They respond in a short manner. The consequence, you stop asking, feel disconnected, feel uncomfortable. Here's the analysis. Maybe you realize they get defensive after work because, quite frankly, they're stressed. Most people are. Now, here's the thing. You can adjust your approach. What's the insight? You could try giving them space before asking them about their day, or rephrasing your question. Everyday scenarios. Here's another one. You might work with kids, you might be a parent, and the child throws a tantrum when you say no to buying them something in a shop, or quite frankly, no to buying them something at home. The antecedent, the thing before, the antecedent is saying no. The behavior is the tantrum, what they're doing, and the consequence, you just might give in. Changing the consequences can change the pattern. In a workplace, a co-worker interrupts during a meeting. What happens before they interrupt? Are they feeling unheard? Could a structured turn-taking system help? In relationships, if a friend cancels frequently, look at the antecedent, look at what happened before, and the consequences to see if there's any underlying cause like anxiety or overcommitment. It could be, quite frankly, they might be short of money. Who knows? Now, pro tips for success: be specific. Avoid vague terms like upset. Note exactly what was said or what was done. Stay curious. Don't be judgmental. Don't put your emotions, your thoughts on what they're thinking on or how they're acting. The goal isn't, quite frankly, to assign blame, but to understand patterns, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for patterns in behavior. You're looking for patterns in the environment. You're looking for what's triggering that. Could it be a word, a phrase, an action, a tone, where they're standing, where they're sitting? It could be the light. Think creatively. Use your insights to brainstorm ways to adjust antecedents or the consequences. And again, I'm going to come back to look at their strengths, the challenges they face, the obstacles, and the opportunities. Look at that video. Look at the person as a whole. Look at their culture. Look at their language. Look at their understanding. Understand really the whole person. There you have it. ABC charts. It's a tool for everyone, everywhere, anytime. Whether you're trying to improve your relationships, reduce your stress at work, or just, quite frankly, better understand yourself, ABC charts are a game changer. I use it all the time. I've also been using it actually in this recording, because what you can't see is that before I set up the recording, there's a light just above me. And I moved that because the ring light that's above me, it generally glares on my glasses. And while I'm looking at the camera, I find it irritating. And I knew that was going to bother me while I'm recording this. I need to play with stuff. And if I don't, I lose concentration. Well, normally I'll play with paper. There you go. I've got paper here. But I chose not to. But I needed to fiddle. I needed to move. So I was moving my hands. I was juggling my body, because for me, sitting for long periods of time can actually be a struggle. So I need some form of movement. So knowing full well that I need to move or fiddle, I'll have something around with me to help me focus my concentration. So you can use ABC charts for yourself, for everybody, anywhere, anytime. It's simply just a way of thinking. If this video gave you an aha moment, can you just give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody, who might benefit from this? Be great if you could subscribe and also comment, and actually let us know how you're using it and how it's benefited, and how it's going to potentially benefit you. ABC, again, just to finish this off, ABC charts are a mindset. You don't have to record them. You don't have to write them down. It's simply a way of thinking. It's what happened before, what's happening now, and what are the consequences. Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely day.